Jeremy here with you, continuing with section 2 on basic words, how to read and apply what we're learning about the alphabet. So if you have that sheet of paper you printed out with the 4 columns of each letter, we're going to try and sound out how to say each of these words. This is a great beginner word. First one, we have an olive with the A class vowel, so you can put a tick there for a glottal stop, and then an A. Next we have an M with no vowel. And then we have an R with a long E. You can put a I and then Y. And then a stop. Then we have a K and a long A. So this is the word for America, which is pronounced in Arabic Amrika. Amrika. And even though this is a long A, it's actually not pronounced like a long A. It's just one of the ways the Arabic can write a word ending with an A class vowel. Amrika. Now let's take a look at this word. If you got your sheet out, you can try and work through this step by step. So there we got that dot on bottom. B is for bottom. B. Usually Arabic doesn't allow 2 consonants together, but especially with foreign words, there are exceptions. Technically it's sort of a schwa, so you can put an I if you want. But then you have, so you got B, R, and then you got a long I class vowel, bri, 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 and then got that heavy T, t, with an long A, brita, brita, and then N on top, dot on top is for noggin, long I, Y, A. So Britannia, Britannia, Britannia. This is how we talk about the UK or Britain. Britannia. Okay. Next we have this word. This is another state. I like to do geography because these are words that we know in English. This is another country of the world. So we got that A. Start off with that glottal stop. A. And then an R with no vowel after it. Ar, and then this one, little loop there, is an M, followed by a long Y, and then you can say this different ways, but put a Y like this, Armenia, Armenia. 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 So this is Armenia, obviously. Now this one is not, the sound it makes is not like the name we call it in English, but it's an important one. This is a Middle Eastern country, and we'll go over that. So the first thing you notice here is that AL, which usually signals the definite article. So, a number of Middle Eastern countries require the definite article in their name. And then you've got the glottal stop. But look here, all these other glottal stops had an A class, a short A vowel. This one has an oo. So we go oo, al oo, and then R. This is an R, no vowel after it. Then we have a D, short A vowel, and an N. Al-Urdun, Al-Urdun. And even though this is supposed to be a flapped R, it often gets sort of trilled when you try and say Al-Urdun. And this is Jordan. This is how we say Jordan in Arabic. Okay, we got 4 more words for you, and these are also locations, geography. Now this time we're going to do American 50 states. So try and guess of the 50 states what we have here. So let's start with the first one. Now, even though you have that olive lamb, this because we're dealing with states, these don't take the definite article. So, starting with the olive, you got a glottal stop with an A, then an L, al, and then a long A, Allah, 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 followed by an S with no vowel. And then we have a K, followed by a long A vowel again. Alaska, Alaska. Obviously, the northern state, Alaska. Alaska. All right, let's take a look at this one. Again, an olive, glottal stop, A, followed by a W with no vowel, then an H. This is an H with a long A. And then a Y, followed by a long ooh. My handwriting's not looking too good, but Ohio, 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 Ohio. And that's how you write Ohio in Arabic. Let's take a look at this one. We've got all these starting with olive. Glottal stop, A, followed by L. Again, a long A vowel. This is how you write L plus a long A. Then B, dot on bottom for B. Long A. M. Long A. Alabama, 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 Alabama. Now the last one, glottal stop plus A, and R, no vowel, then K. You can already guess it, can't you? Short I vowel, N, no vowel after it, that. Then you see this line here? That line is an S, plus A vowel and a W. Arkansas, Arkansas, Arkansas. Back with you again. We've got 4 more countries, switching from American states to now countries. This is an Arab country in the Middle East. We've got the definite article there, A-L, plus the Ain, which is often written with a 3. You can tell why, because if you switch it, it looks like the letter Ain. Followed by a I, short I, plus R, plus long A, plus Q. This is how you're supposed to say Iraq, which is Iraq, Iraq, Iraq. Okay, now let's try the one underneath. We have a B, dot on bottom is B, followed by a long I. Then we have that line going down is an R, followed by a long U class vowel. So it's pronounced biru, biru. And this is the equivalent of Peru. Arabic does not have a P. And so it will often substitute the B as the P. In fact, Arabs have a hard time hearing the difference in any case. And for instance, when they say Pepsi, they say Bebsi, and they talk about pizza. So this country is Biru. Similar idea is this small country. We have a B again, followed by a short A, followed by an N on top, short I. This is an M, by the way. Long A. Banima, Benima, Benima, Benima. This is Panama, if you can tell. Okay, our last one. This is, again, a consonantal cluster. Arabic generally avoids this, but for foreign nouns, you can do it. So we have an F here with an R, then a short A, followed by an N with no vowel. You see that line there? An S, long A. Franza, Franza. And this is obviously France. Okay, we've got 4 more locations for you. Let's start with the first one. We've got a long U vowel. So, what's that symbol? H. With a, like I said, long U. Then we have an L. Short A. With a dot on top, noggin, or lan. No vowel after it. Followed by a D. Then a long A. Hollanda, Hollanda, Holland, Hollanda. Alright, below it, we've got a dot on bottom, makes a B sound, followed by a long U, L, long I, and we have an F. And again, a Y plus a long A. Bolivia, Bolivia, Bolivia. Now, Arabic also lacks the ability to write a V. Some people write V like this. This is adopted from the Persian script, but in Fusha, technically it's written with an F. So an F will often substitute a V sound. Bolivia, Bolivia, Bolivia. Alright, next we have again a B with a short U, followed by an L. And then Ra. We don't write that with GH. Then long A. And R. So, Bulgaria. 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 This is Bulgaria. Notice that the Arabic also lacks a G, just a plain G, Bulgaria, and in that case it'll substitute a Ghain, and they'll pronounce it Gha, Bulgaria, Bulgaria. They can pronounce it both ways. Alright, now let's take a look at this one. We have an L, a long U, actually, it's a consonant. Then a long I. Then another long I. And another long A. I'll just put one. So, what do we got here? We've got Louisiana, Louisiana. Okay, last 4 for this section. This is a European country. Surprisingly, this takes the definite article. Al, and then a D, long A, plus noon, N, no vowel, long A, R, K. Al Denmark. Denmark. This is a Middle Eastern country. We've got an L, short U, B, followed by N, long A, N. Is this pronounced Lubnan? Lubnan. Can you guess what country that is? That would be Lebanon. Lubnan. These two countries, if you read Arabic, you'll read them in the news often. Now we've got to start with a glottal stop, and after it is a short I, so glottal stop, I, connected to an S, that long line is an S, with no vowel after it. And then we have an R, long A. And here's a great example of a Hamza. So glottal stop, long E vowel, E plus an L. L at the end. So Israel, Israel. And that's how you say Israel in Arabic. And its neighbor, we have an F, followed by an I, L, another I, or you can put I or A, I'm not sure if, S with no vowel after it, then a emphatic T, or velar T, ending with an N. So Palestine, Palestine, or Palestine. Not sure which vowel. Palestine. Either way is acceptable. By the way, that last country was Palestine. Palestine is Palestine in Arabic. And that concludes the section on basic words and geography.